All right, what's up, guys? Got this little levitating headphone stand here. It's like a little magnet. If you end up buying one of these, I'll put a link in the description. Don't do what I did. You got to plug it in order for it to work. It actually uses the electronic magnet up here to actually lock it into place. Otherwise, it'll just suck it up to the top or it'll drop it. But anyway, it's got an LED strip in there, and it's a really boring one. But it's a basic one. It comes with this remote here. So I'll go. Let's get that focus right there. It's got the basic stuff, probably with any kind of other LED strip that most other products come with. Got some basic stuff. Not really sure how it's supposed to work because it says flash. Flash only seems to do red, green, and blue. Strobe. This seems more of a smooth transition. Kind of make it quicker. It's got like a fade option. Strobe. So see, strobe and fade kind of look the same to me. Can't really tell the difference. And if you hit smooth, that looks more like strobe to me. But hey, what do you know? Who knows? And you can obviously slow them down. You got the red. Make it red. Regular green. Blue. Power button, obviously. Make it brighter. Make it softer. Yeah. Then you obviously got the regular color options, down here. The different colors are plain white. I'll probably do plain white most of the time because that's just what my setup looks like. But for $100, I obviously see the magnet as kind of an eyesore. I don't know if I can put that in some kind of maybe fabric. Won't stick out as much, but we'll see. Anyway, this thing's $100. I'll put a link in the bottom. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to rip it apart, put our own LED strip in there, WLED, hopefully get a little more effects. Surprisingly, it was really easy to get apart, so I'm going to show you how easy this is. Maybe you want to do it yourself. I'm not sure how people feel about buying something for $100 and then drilling holes in it, but as far as I'm concerned, this is really cool. It's actually designed, I guess, for the sneaker guys. Obviously, I would hide the magnet a lot more. To put like whatever their ideal sneaker is, Jordans, whatever that is. Not into that, but maybe you are. So I'm gonna use it for my headphones. So as soon as we come back, we'll get into what the inside looks like. So I'm doing this on top of my stove because it's the only place I could find to mount a camera above head. I'm gonna just peel this back, see what we got in here. A little flat tip, and that was really, really easy actually. Wow. All right, so get in here, see what we got here. Seems to just be super easy. Wow. All right, so that was easy. So, as you can see, it's a really basic strip. It's actually really cheaply made for $100. So you see, it got the magnet and stuff up here. Controls it. So it's got a little, some kind of circuit board up there. And then other than that, it's just a basic, looks like basic analog LED strip. So we're gonna rip that out. Glue actually just scrapes right off there. I don't know what kind of LED, I guess that's the LED controller right there. High-tech stuff for $100. After I remove all the glue, simply disconnect the LED strip. There should be a little plastic clip. Just disconnect those two pieces and just remove it. Now we're going to prepare the ESP32. You're going to want to tend the pins. The pins that we're going to be using here is the VIN pin, which is the power, the ground pin, and the should be right next to each other on one side. On the other side, we're going to use the D4, the data 4 pin, which is the 5th pin from the end. We're going to tend pins here, simply just applying a little solder to the outside. It's going to make connecting any wires a lot easier since solder is already present on the pins themselves. So do that for the VIN pin, the ground pin, which is G and D, D4 pin, on the opposite side, which should be the fifth pin in. After that, you're going to prepare the wires on the voltage converter. On this end should be a red clip. Let's go ahead and cut that off and tin those wires. Then we're going to prepare the LED strip by adding a little pad of solder to the power, data, ground pin. It should look something like this. It's very, very important here that none of the solder is touching. This is going to make applying any wires in the future much easier. Now we'll go ahead and strip the wires. These are the wires that are leading directly to the power input on the headphone stand itself. And again, like we'll do many other times, and for almost every single wire, you're going to go ahead and tin these wires as well. That's just applying a little bit of solder to the outside. After you're done applying the solder, you're going to get a little bit of a heat shrink wrap, wire heat shrink wrap. Just cut a little bit off and slide that to the end of each wire. Use that here in the future to cover the exposed wire. Now we're going to take the voltage converter and we're going to take the power and ground wire and connect that to the power and ground wire coming from the power input on the headphone stand. After we're done, slide the heat shrink up, take the heat gun, make sure that covers it nice and good, and we'll move on to the ground. Now we're going to take our three wires, black for ground, red for power, and for data, mine is yellow. I'm going to go ahead and tin each of those three wires and connect them to the corresponding pads on the LED strip. Red to power, yellow to data in my case, and black to ground. It should look something like this. Again, it's very important to make sure that none of the solder is touching. Now we will take a separate 3-wire run and connect the red wire to the VEN pin, black wire to the G and D ground pin, and the yellow wire to the D4 data pin on the ESP32. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you put a little heat shrink wrap on the end of the wires before you connect these. That way we can just slide it down, shrink it on, and provide a little protection from any of the outside elements. Now back over the voltage converter, you can cut off the other end, strip the wires. Go ahead and tin these wires as well. Now we're going to go ahead and tin the 3 wires coming off of the opposite end of the LED strip and the opposite end of the ESP32. Go ahead and connect all 3 of those together. As you can see, I'm clearly no expert at soldering, but you get the point. Then we're going to join the end coming off of the voltage converter, red to the power and the black to the ground. Go ahead and solder those in. Obviously, again, I'm no expert at soldering here, but as long as you got a solid connection, you're good. Cover those in the heat shrink and shrink those down. As far as placing the LED strip inside the headphone holder, I simply started from the bottom corner, moved the adhesive back, worked my way up, kind of folded the strip over on itself in a loop at the top, and then worked my way back down the other side. Once I got to the end, I cut the strip, stuck it down, and then proceeded to use the little hot glue to secure the loose wires down. After I was done, I simply reapplied the plastic cover to the existing tape, and at the moment, it seems to hold just fine.
Can I dive deep into the darkness in your heart? Trust you more than anyone I have met before. I don't care who you are or who you want to be. I'll be here until the day that you leave me. When I'm with you, I know I'm safe beside your arms. I'll make sure that you won't ever feel lonely no more. Whatever past we had, the future we will see. I'll be here until